What if I don't want to retire? I've heard people say that quite often. They really just don't want to retire. They can't imagine themselves not working. So in today's video, I'm going to address this, and we're going to talk about the non-traditional way of retiring and how I've been able to do this so that you can have a different perspective on retiring. I am Tiffany Thomas, your wealth mentor. I achieved financial freedom in my 30s and became a millionaire at 40. I'm here to help you do this even earlier and easier. Let's dive right in. All right, if you are one of those people that always says, oh, I never want to retire. I love my work so much that I never want to stop doing it. You are definitely not alone. I just want to shed some light on a different way to look at retirement. Let's first talk about what retirement means. A lot of people in the traditional sense think that retirement means quitting your job and then just lounging on the beach or spending your time reading books, whatever it is, and it seems kind of boring. We don't have to look at retirement in that traditional sense. For me, I like calling it financial freedom, to be honest, rather than retirement, because financial freedom to me means that you are able to not have to work for money and you can still live your desired lifestyle. So that means you can still work your business or work a 9-to-5 job if that's what you want to be doing, but you do not have to be doing it for the money. Financial freedom means that we are not relying on someone else for money. Wouldn't it be so much nicer if you are able to work your 9-to-5 and not even worry about how much money you are making? Or if you're able to grow your business and not worry about how much people are paying you? Of course, you can definitely still get paid and you can definitely still have a great income at your 9-to-5, but that's not going to be your main focus because you don't actually need the money. You are no longer trading time for dollars. You're trading time for what you want to be spending your time on. And just to show you proof of that, I am financially free. I do not have to be doing these YouTube videos if I didn't want to. I wouldn't have to be doing my business and coaching people if I didn't want to be doing that. But that's what I choose to spend my time on. I am passionate about helping people become financially free, become retired, if you want to use that word. And that's what I want to spend my time on. I want to help people do that, to create that financial freedom for themselves so that they have time freedom, so that they aren't stressed about money. I don't want to just sit around and do nothing all day. I like having a purpose. I like sharing this information. I like developing my skills and continuing to grow and focus on personal development. But if you do want to just lounge around on the beach all day, then that could be an option for you. That's the great thing about financial freedom. It's living the lifestyle you want to live. And it's also saying no to things that you don't want to be doing. For example, if you are at a 9-to-5 and you really love it right now, but later management changes and you are not so happy there, you would be able to quit that job if you wanted to, and then you could go find another job that would be a better fit for you. But if you are relying on that money from your 9-to-5 job, you aren't going to be able to just say, okay, I'm quitting my job. You would need to make sure that you have another job in place already, or that you have enough savings to live off of for a while. And also there are unexpected things that could happen at any time. And I don't really love talking about these bad things, but they are circumstances that can happen. For example, you could get in a car accident and not be able to work anymore. Or some of your job functions might be replaced by AI and you're no longer needed at the company anymore. Anything could happen. So the sooner we can make sure we are financially free, that we are taken care of financially, better off we are going to be. It won't even be a stress to us. And let's talk about a few different things that we can spend our time on if we do not need to trade time for dollars. The first thing we can do is pursue passion projects. For example, that's what I'm doing here. I am building up my business. This is what I'm passionate about. So you could find something you're passionate about and have the time to spend on that passion. My parents are both retired and my dad really loves geocaching. He has over 10,000 geocaches that he has done, and that's what he likes to spend time on. That's what he's passionate about right now. He can go get a first to find when everyone is at work in the morning, if you know what a first to find is. It just means when someone puts out a geocache, a brand new geocache, the first person to find it gets credit on their account for a first to find. And if you're thinking, I'm not even sure what I would be passionate about, well, you may be too busy working all of the time, trading time for dollars. And if you were able to become financially free, you would have a little more time to think about what your passions really are, and then have time to pursue those passions. And then the second item is lifelong learning and personal growth. I really like this one. I still like learning new things, and I like developing personally, right? Having that personal development. We don't just have to sit around and watch TV all day. We can read books that will help us increase our knowledge and help us to continue to become better people. I really like reading personal development books or listening to podcasts about personal development because I feel like I can always improve. And even though I don't have to trade time for dollars, I can definitely still improve my own life, which is going to improve everyone else's lives around me. And if you do want to learn more about becoming financially free, I do have a book that I have written. This was actually another one of my passion projects. So I will leave a link to my book below in the description. You can click on that and get your very own copy. But it goes over my journey to financial freedom. I talk about the ways that I was able to set up my budget, my spending plan, and the ways I was able to invest my money in the stock market and in real estate, and also the mindset that I had. So not only is it a finance book, it's also a personal development book. And the third thing that we can do is to give back. If we are financially free, we're able to spend our time on what we want to be spending our time on, which means we would have more time to volunteer if that's what we wanted to do. I personally have time set aside every single week that I do a certain volunteer project, and then I'm also able to volunteer my time in other ways. And not only giving back in the form of time, we can also give back in the form of money. Because if we have more money, if we have that financial freedom, then we're able to give more money to causes that we believe in. And then the fourth item that I want to bring up is that we can be an inspiration to people. We can be that example. And this was actually a big motivator for me. I remember talking to my niece, one of my nieces, she's a little bit older, but I remember talking to her years ago, and she had told me that she thought I was a great example. And that really meant a lot to me because I do want to be a good example for people. I want to be an inspiration. I want to show people what is possible. And by achieving financial freedom in my 30s, I have shown everyone, especially women, that that is possible for themselves. I am a single woman that became financially free in her 30s and even a millionaire at age 40. So I personally find that to be very inspiring. I love it when people share their stories of becoming financially free and becoming a millionaire or a multimillionaire. Because if I can see someone else achieving that, then I know it is possible for me to do that. So if nothing else, you can definitely be an inspiration to someone else. And then the fifth item that I want to bring up is not being a financial burden on someone else. If we are taking care of financially ourselves, then we are never going to be a burden on someone else, and we can actually help other people. For example, I don't want my sisters having to take care of me or having my parents take care of me. I would rather be able to help take care of my parents or my sisters if I needed to. And if I am reaching that goal of financial freedom, then I am definitely taking care of for myself, and that way I am able to help others. So retirement is not just about retiring and quitting your job and doing nothing. It's about creating freedom. You spend your time on what you actually want to spend your time on. And if you do want help becoming financially free, make sure to check out my free masterclass where I go over how I can help you invest in the stock market and create your financial freedom plan. The link will be below in the description. Comment below and tell me what you are going to do when you are able to retire. And if you found this video helpful, please hit that like button and share it with someone else who would like to hear this information, and the subscribe button to subscribe to my YouTube channel and to the little bell to get notified on when I post new videos. And if you want to see even more awesome content from me, make sure and check out the videos on the side of the screen. Thanks so much for watching. I'll see you in the next video.